Today we begin the Tz'ikin, the 13 wind Trecena. In this Trecena we're gonna be talking about the big impulse that can lead us to very intense and complementary matchings in life. Hachayo NAWAL, hello everyone and welcome back to the Maya de Equipa. Today we are back for another Trecena analysis. The Tz'ikin, the 13 ascending fire Trecena just wrapped up. That was the Trecena that we spoke about, the big sacrifice we do in order to achieve power, in order to achieve things we plan for ourselves. It was also the big commitment we are doing for these next 260 days after time has restarted in the Tz'ikin. So we spoke about planning fine stuff to find clarity in order to make easy to achieve the stuff that we gotta do. If you missed the past analysis, as always I'm gonna leave the link here in the card so you can click here to rewatch it if you want to. And I also would like to thank everybody who commented, who shared the experience and also the vid suggestions I received. And also for this one, if you have questions, if you have suggestions of stuff you'd like to learn in here, please let me know here in the comment section below, because I love reading them and I want to make this channel as easy for you to follow as possible. Today we are beginning the Tz'ikin, the 13 wind Trecena. This is the Trecena that we're going to be talking about, the big insufflation of life, the big impulse that will help us to push things forward. So after the Trecena of the fire, now we got the Trecena of the wind. Now this wind can make the fire grow even higher. If we are not having control of the fire we are making, you know, the wind can come and burn everything around. The key element of this Trecena is going to be emotions. Emotions keep us burning higher to achieve things, keep us enthusiastic about stuff, bring us courage, but can also be the element that can blow things away, that can put us into blindness. So it's a tricky Trecena, but if we follow the steps in the past Trecena, if everything went according to the plan, the easier things tend to be more in control. The drama in this Trecena is to avoid getting our focus dispersed, being carried away by emotions that can blow everything away. So it's a tricky Trecena, but can be very auspicious if you are able to handle this stuff. And we begin this Trecena with Tz'i, one dog. One is the now of the new, the fresh new beginnings, the fresh new start. And Tz'i is the now of the emotions, is the now of the faith, of the loyalty. So Tz'i, we can talk about the arrival of new emotions. If everything went right in the past Trecena, you're able to planify and find clarity. So maybe now you have this new faith that things can work out better this time than it did in the past cycle. We can have like these new emotions of excitement that can make everything explode at the end, that can act as this big impulse to push things forward. But we cannot fully control emotions. Emotions sometimes can betray us. Some people have more control than the others, but sometimes we tend to be carried away, so we cannot trust 100% that we are in fully control all the time. So Tz'i can be a great day for us to start just paying attention to the emotional aspects, how we're feeling, and also how we're feeling with the people around us. Because Tz'i can talk also about friendship with the people that we trust. So if you're building a business or if you're talking about relationships, you want to have people that you trust around you, people who are not going to betray you. In the past Trecena we spoke about power, you know, the sacrifice that we do to achieve power. And if you really want to know a person, give power to the person that we're going to be see the person revealing itself for you. So that's when we talk about the corruption, because there are so many people that can approach us with, you know, some momentary interest that we pretend to be our best allies, but after they get power that they want, they can reveal themselves for us. So Tz'i is about to make sure who are the people you have around you. Are they really your friends? Are they worth it of your trust? And to make sure if we do, you know, get lost during this Trecena, we have people that we can talk with, people that can help us calm us down, that can put our emotions a little bit more into balance, because that can be maybe the secret of this Trecena. And then we move to Kebat, to monkey or thread. Now 2 is now of the retraction, is now of taking one step back or calculating the path. And now Bats is a now of the work, of putting things into action, is the interconnection of ideas. So Bats, we're going to be talking about calculating the work that we gotta do. If there is something that got entangled in the past Trecena, Bats is a day for you to take one step back, go there, entangle, solve the problem, use the creativity to solve so you can open the path more freely. And avoid being frustrated with something that didn't work in the past Trecena. If you weren't able to make the plan as you wished, or you weren't able to do anything according to what you expected to do, Bats is a day for you to remember to not get stuck by any frustration that can be growing in there. And then we move to Oshib E, 3 Pathfinder. Now 3 is now of moving forward, opening the path. And now E is the now of the path, finding a meaning, advancing. So now 3E is gonna be opening the path for finding the meaningful stuff, finding the reason why you are adventuring into that, or opening the path for you to dream about the stuff that you want to achieve. Now E talks about this realm of daydreaming, when you need to enter into your fantasy world, to travel around there, to explore, to bring new ideas of the stuff. Dreaming is also part of the process. So fantasizing is also a great thing, especially in this Trecena that we talk about the excitement, the enthusiasm that can add as this big impulse. 3E can be a great day for you to daydream and start fantasizing the stuff that you want to achieve. But be careful for not overdosing that, for you not starting just fantasizing too much or in too many ideas that won't connect to each other. As long as you are able to keep the plan, or as close as you can from the plan you made in the past Trecena, the best for you to keep things on the track, for not letting the emotions to go sideways by the accumulation of this Trecena. And then we move to Kahib Ah, 4 transformation. Now 4 is the now of the water that stops, is something that pauses or is stagnant in a place. Or can be something that is just slowly there, just getting more volume. And now Ah, the transformation, but not something that is already transformed. We talk about the changes that we need to do, something that is incomplete. We talk especially about having to deal with those great feelings of uncomfortability that makes us move through life. Everybody has something that we would like to change in our life, that we feel that it's incomplete. It's this feeling that makes us go and make a change, to start renovating, because life will constantly be asking for that. So for Ah is the day for you to stop and see the things that you gotta change. So after you open the path, daydreaming, you need to put your feet on the floor. See, okay, I got these new ideas, I got these new insights. It's time to start working on that, or making those changes. Kahib Ah is a perfect day to start doing that. And then we move to Hob Ish Valam, 5 Jagua. Now 5 is the now of the water with no containment. We talk about the rough, the water that can overflow. And now Ish Valam, the female jaguar, we talk about the development, we talk about the material world, the planet Earth, and that aggressive fertility. So 5 jaguar would be the fertility with no containment. If you are flowing with this Trecena, it can be a great day for you to start developing stuff, because jaguar can be a great day for you to start materializing that. So after you open the path, daydreaming with now 3A, and after you establish everything that you gotta do, you bring the chains, so you got lots of room for this water to overflow with development, with fertility. But it can be also where the things can go sideways. If we are daydreaming too much, we open too much the tap for the water to flow, it can be hard to control. We may be wanting to develop many things at once, ended up killing all the fertility. So wanting to produce so many stuff, we may end up producing nothing. This aggressiveness of the jaguar can lose the power. So it can be the now that can add to this angriness in this Trecena. Remember, we are dealing a lot with emotions and also about with the people that we put around us to be part of the plans we are building in life. As Ishvalan talks about the material stuff, or what we build, that can get attention of other people, can get other people curious, that can make them approach you or just get around you just because of the things you are showing you have. So that's stuff that we need to be careful in this Trecena, or who approaches you wanting to help. Also, how Ishvalan can also talk about economics as raising the funds you need to impose your ideas, to materialize them. And then we move to Akib Tz'ikin, 6 ego. Now 6 is an hour of pondering, putting things into perspective, is the heart of the Trecena. And now Tz'ikin is the male ego. We talk about going straight forward, about being focused, and also investing or spending money, if you're talking about economics. So 6 Tz'ikin is about pondering what is our main focus. As I told you, the challenge in this Trecena may be, keeping our focus in one single place, because the wind can go into multiple directions. Is a day to ponder what is our main focus, where you really want to go. Are you following your vision, that focus? So that's the things that we need to take into consideration in this Trecena. And also to ponder how we are spending the money we have. Because sometimes we can accumulate, we can raise some funds to invest, but if we are too excited about stuff, we are not being rational about our expenses, things can go sideways as well. So we talk about having this control, pondering, where the money is going, where investing that, where investing our time, where are we investing our emotions. These are the steps to take into consideration in 6 ego. And then we move to Wukub Ajmaq, 7 complementarity. Now 7 is the head of the Trecena, the hottest part, the climax. And Ajmaq is the now that assemble the complementary opposites. Remember, we spoke about the female Jagua and the male ego. So Ajmaq is what combines them to create something new. That's why it's the now of procreation, of sexual relations. We can also expand to talk about the deals that we do in life when you have an agreement. So combining the complementarity opposite. Maybe you have an idea and you find someone who has the money to invest, so you got a deal. Maybe you got both, so then you can create a product, you can materialize something. So that's what now Ajmaq talks about, combining these complementary opposites, feminine aspects and masculine aspects, to procreate. And that's why it's now connected to the newborns. It's the cycle of the ancestors. So it's a great day to light a candle to honor the continuation of our species, to honor the newborns. 7 Ajmaq, we talk about these intense matchings that this Trecena can bring. Is to make sure we do the right choices about the people you want by your side. Ajmaq in Quiché means the one that walks in darkness, meaning when you walk and you cannot see what is in front of you, just like when you're in a dark room just hitting the walls. It's the same feeling when you are in love, making decisions, completely driven by emotions. So that's when you talk about the blindness. It does not necessarily mean that everything is gonna go wrong, but it means that we have at least very little control about this stuff, and you are very likely to do mistakes. That's why Ajmaq can be connected when we do mistakes, or when you have to apologize to something, to make up with someone that we had a fight or you reacted unfair. So it's a great day for you to finally see the final potential of these matchings. And then we move to Washakib Naor, 8 thoughts or knowledge. Now 8 is the second beginning of the Trecena, when we are more prepared, it's a stronger beginning. Just like when you have to re-walk the path, so now you know the path you have to go, so you are more prepared. And now Naor is the now of the decision making, the process of thinking, analysis. Now we are talking about the return of the plan, the return of the decisions to make, where all those emotions, where everything that we went through in this first part of the Trecena are going to fit things that we're planning in the past Trecena, how is the plan right now after, having all of these emotions. So 8 now is a great day, for you to check if everything is in place, everything is organized. It's a day, to rethink if you are making the right decisions according to the plan you made. And also to avoid become overthinking too much. NAWAL talks about obsession. This explosion in emotions can make us, become obsessed. That's something that is not healthy, and we should be avoiding in Washakim NAWAL. And then we move to Belaer Tijax, 9 cut. Now 9 is a now of the gestation, the code, what is hidden from sight. And Tijax is a now of the healing, is the words that heal, the words that hurt. So 9 Tijax is the now of the inner healing, is the now of the inner incision. Maybe if something got entangled along with this Trecena, you got confused by your emotions, Tijax can be the time that you can restore, you can cut the losing threads, trying to find order again, trying to cut what doesn't serve you. So if you need some time to take a break for some self-healing, Tijax can be a great day for that, especially Belaer Tijax, that you can take something more personal. And then we move to Kawuq, 10 Sheet Lightning. Now 10 is the convergence, just like the lakes where the rivers meet in one single place. In Kawuq, we talk about the sheet lightning, we talk about deep intuition. So 10 Kawuq is going to be the convergence of the deep intuition, the convergence of insights. If in the first part of the Trecena we spoke about opening the path, to daydream, to find a meaning, to find a path. Now 10 Kawuq maybe is going to be the time where you can converge all those ideas. Maybe you can collaborate with others to see how their insights can add into the stuff that you're doing. It could be a great day for doing this brainstorm of ideas, of communicating your inner vision to others, maybe to attract people who are interested to make something grow with you. So it can be a very, very auspicious day for doing this collaboration work. And then we move to Junajpu, 11, Conqueror Sun. Now 11 is the now of the spill water, and now of the spread. It doesn't have a single direction, just like the wind. It's just like mirroring this aspect of the wind. In Junajpu, we talk about the battle. We talk about the insecurities, the fight to shine, just like the sun that needs to conquer the darkness to raise up, or even the seed that goes to the darkness of the underground to raise up as a flower. So we talk about this kind of battle to overcome something. So Junajpu is the now to dilute your fears, or could it be even the now of spreading the glow. But what can be tricky about Junajpu, we talk about this light as well. When you shine, when you are astonished by something, you can create your own illusion. You start seeing gold where there's nothing. It talks about self-pride and also self-sabotage. Because in the beginning of the Trecena, we spoke about having to transform. And there are a lot of stuff that we gotta do that it doesn't provide us, a big pleasure. That's why sometimes we try to skip, to change, or to try in a easier path, to try to avoid this stuff that we need to do. So that's when we may be falling for some illusion. That's something that we need to be aware in Junajpu. And then we move to Kawuq, Imox, 12 water. Now 12 is a now of the extra, the hidden balance, and what comes as a surprise in the Trecena. And now Imox is the injection of force, is the now of the flow, the growth. But Imox is just like that, too much force with little precision. That's why metaphorically it talks about being the left hand of God that can lead things into madness. So that's why we need to be careful with Imox, because 12 Imox can be this extra flow, this extra growth that can be too much to start controlling. Imox is also known for making us, misinterpreting. So it's a now of confusion. So that's one thing that we need to be careful with now Imox. If you are following the plan, if you are able to keep our focus, if you are able to dodge the challenges that this Trecena can bring, Imox could be the extra injection of force that can make things grow stronger. And then we move to Oshlahu Yek, the final day of the Trecena and the ruler, 13 wind. Now 13 is the accumulation, is like the sea, is the biggest, like the oldest. And now Yek is the insufflation of life, is what fill our lungs with air that allow us to experience life in here, that keeps us alive. And what is going to be pushing us forward is the air of enthusiasm that fills us with courage, the explosion of emotions. Yek always brings this romantic side of life, like the thing that wants to keeps us excited. It looks like a balloon that you can just grow and grow and it can explode easily. So that's why 13 Yek can be this big explosion of emotions, this big explosion that can make you just flow, that can speed up the process, that can make your projects just take a flight. But the same thing can make you get lost with your emotions, can make you explode, can make you angry when things are not going according to your plan. All of this explosion of emotions can lead us to be blind. And as I've been telling you, if you got a plan, so we got a vision, so we have that now as a light for us to keep. We can enjoy these exciting things of life, but keeping our feet on the floor to avoid making too much mistakes. And that was it for today's analysis. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope these analyses are being insightful and are helping you somehow, even if you don't follow the Maya calendar. If you enjoyed the video, all I ask is just to leave your thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and are enjoying what I've been posting so far, please consider subscribe and also clicking the bell button to receive notifications every time I post a video. And I have been posting video analysis for every single Trecena. If you have something you'd like to ask me or something that was unclear about my analysis, because I know this is a short analysis, you can just write that in the comment section below, because I love reading and responding to you, all of you. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and I see you in my next one.